All right, shalom, shalom. Value for the truth coming at you with another lesson inspired by the Holy Spirit. First off, I want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And salutations to all you Akim out there pushing this word of truth and sincerity, always in charity. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect. And as you see, copyright disclaimer under Title 17 USC Section 107, allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So pretty much, I wanted to, do a little commentary on this video I came across, man. As you see, it was dated 9 days ago, right? And it says, what, CERN shut down the end of the Mandela effect by all time, right? And a few things that I came across on this this video that I wanted to bring out, filter through the scriptures, Lord willing. It's edifying. Because, pretty much we understand that, Esau, through his technology, all right, he's sitting up in a temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. All right. Ultimately showing you that this is the devil that the Bible is speaking about, man. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 1, chapter 2, and verse 3 says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitting in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Okay. Now this is, when you jump on down to verse 8, it talks about how the wicked shall be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and then they perish because they receive not the love of truth, that they might be saved. Okay, so this devil, okay, Esau, Edom, his coming is after the working of Satan with all power and lying wonders and deceivableness, man. And you seeing that this CERN, okay, the CERN technology, okay, is a clear manifestation of that, man. Okay, because through this technology, he is seeking to peek into the heavens, okay, to really to alter and manipulate reality, man. Okay. And ultimately, this is a weapon that he has called himself, establishing, creating to ultimately fight against Yahweh Shai, our Lord, okay, upon his return, man. Okay. So we're going to get into it without further ado.
CERN has apparently shut down, and people all across the internet are claiming that Mandela effects have stopped, started to reverse, and that the world feels like it's healing. So what do I think of these claims? Well, I'll definitely let you know, but first let's break down what is CERN, what are people claiming, did the Mandela effect stop or reverse, and what do I think? CERN is one of the world's largest centers for scientific research. The name CERN originates from the French phrase Conseil européen pour la recherche nucléaire, which translates to the European Council for Nuclear Research. CERN was established in 1954 and is located on the border between France and Switzerland, near Geneva. This organization has the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator. The stated goal of CERN is to study fundamental particles by colliding protons and other particles at incredibly high speeds, allowing scientists to investigate the apparent forces that hold the universe together. So what makes people feel so nervous when it comes to CERN? For one, it's a massive facility working on research that challenges our understanding of the universe. It's the highest level of science, which is mostly unknown to the majority of the population of the world. This could be the cause of so much anxiety for some. There's also the fear of unintended consequences that might occur from CERN's experiments.
There are detractors. On YouTube, you get this. Some fear the experiment will create a black hole that will swallow the Earth. Scientists...
Yeah, because you have what is called serendipity, right? Serendipity says the faculty of making happy and unexpected discoveries, right? And there's nothing happy about what the devil is discovering, but nevertheless, it's pretty much unintentional unintentional discoveries that you have came across when you were trying to pursue, you know, a particular, you know, end or means, right? And that's what, you know, pretty much you seeing taking place through this technology is that this devil, even though he, in his mind, for whatever reason, you know, and for whatever reason he telling us, he said, oh yeah, we're trying to, what they say, you know, understand the heavens, okay, understand the universe, the particles, and this, that, and the third, okay. But him through this technology, by doing so, he's also coming across other uses for this technology, which was unintended, okay. And best believe he's exploiting it, man, okay. It says making discoveries by accidents and sagacity of things that they were not in quest of. Yeah, and that's what this devil has done. He is making discoveries by accident and sagacity of things they were not in the quest of, man.
Say a microscopic black hole is possible, and this is what it might look like. But it would be too small and too unstable, winking out of existence in a matter of seconds.
Hey, did you know you could create an entire animated...
Now, why do people think CERN caused the Mandela effect? Some people online believe that when CERN started up the Large Hadron Collider, it may have done more than just collide particles. These people speculate that by smashing atoms at near-light speeds, CERN accidentally shifted or merged parallel realities and created the Mandela effect. It's a bold claim that would require a lot of evidence to prove, so let's look into what CERN has actually accomplished and see if there's anything there. CERN discovered the Higgs boson particle, built the Large Hadron Collider, created the World Wide Web, and even made the first website. But did it cause the Mandela effect? While there's no direct evidence, it's been claimed by some that the timing of new Mandela effects coincides with CERN's experiments. The most interesting argument for CERN's involvement in the Mandela effect, at least from a hypothetical standpoint, is this really creepy theory. So imagine this: the world was actually set to end in 2012, and CERN's entire purpose and creation was to find a way to save our reality. The idea is that it worked, and they saved our reality. But as a result, we jump to another timeline where the world didn't end in
And you know that's you know that's some bullshit, right? But you know, once again, you know, this devil, he's accomplished a diligent search. Okay, it says the inward thought of this devil is deep. Okay, so whereas it wouldn't be, you know, past this devil to attempt to do so, man. Okay, to manipulate reality. Okay, to alter. You know, we see the movies that being brought out. Okay. Like the Ant-Man, okay, the quantum physics and all of that, this, that, and the third, the time machine. You know, these are things that this devil has in his mind to try to accomplish, man, okay, because he wants to play God, okay. Psalms chapter 64. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. I got that already. Yeah. Psalm chapter 64 and verse 5, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune, laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them, man? Okay. So this is things that are being done, you know, behind closed doors, right? The secret councils, right? And it says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So you can't put it past this devil what this man is willing to do, man.
2012. The insane Mandela effects we've all been discovering and experiencing were the result, not to mention all the insanity that has happened over the last decade plus. I'm sure many of you have felt that the world has been out of control for a while now. Think about how everything changed since 2012. Politics, social media, mass cell phone adoption, digital addiction, the dead internet theory, mass social unease. It feels like the world just snapped over the last decade. Does this mean CERN caused the Mandela effect? Now that I've explained what CERN is and why people believe it's connected to the Mandela effect, let's talk about how CERN is apparently shutting down, as so many people are claiming. I've seen comments, threads, and videos all talking about how CERN is shutting down. That's kind of correct, but also kind of wrong. It's not shutting down for good. From their own website, it says, as of mid-2026, the accelerator complex and experimental facilities at CERN are undergoing major maintenance and upgrade work. This phase, known as Long Shutdown 3, or LS3, is expected to last up to 4 years and will involve thousands of experts across CERN sites and tunnels. The work will cover civil engineering, infrastructure consolidation, upgrades of facilities, and the installation of cutting-edge technology. So it sounds like there is some major maintenance going on and upgrade work. Well, what about the Large Hadron Collider? Well, apparently it's going through a major upgrade to dramatically improve its performance. 1.2 kilometers of the Large Hadron Collider are being dismantled and replaced by new systems to increase the luminosity, as in the number of particle collisions. All that to say, CERN is not shut down. What they're doing over these next 4 years is major maintenance and upgrade work, and apparently improving the Large Hadron Collider. So now that you know what CERN is and why it's shutting down, let's look at some of the claims that people are making. There are a ton of different perspectives from different people on what is happening. First, you have CERN's perspective and the researchers and scientists who work there. And then you have the normal person's perspective, the 99% of us that are laymen when it comes to this stuff. And we're just trying to make sense of all of it. Some are convinced things have changed, while others remain skeptical. So as we watch all these different perspectives, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Here are some of the positive changes that people claim have happened since CERN shut down. The idea that time is speeding up is a widely discussed topic online. In fact, I've made 2 videos on this topic, links in the description. But many people have claimed that ever since CERN shut down, time has slowed down. Now,
And me, myself, personally, I felt this, time slowing down, man. I felt this, man. And then, like this video I've been posting in the last week or so. So this technology has been recently shut down. And I felt, a shift in the time, because I noticed, between like last month, oh, for sure, time was speeding the fuck up. You had brothers that was doing lessons on it, man. Right? And we understand through the spirit, this is all the will and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, because he said, except the days be shortened, no flesh shall be saved, man. All right? The day shall be shortened for the elect's sake. So we understand that this is the will and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, but how it's coming to pass, however, all right? We have this devil doing things through left-hand means, man, and completely altering the ordinances of heaven, man. Okay? And ultimately, we see, do you understand that that's you go back to this Psalm 64, man. Matter of fact, let me get this Psalm 83. It says right here, this says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, right? Yeah, so these people have taken crafty counsel against the Lord's people. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And how are they doing that, man? How are they seeking to accomplish that? Well, you had it in Jeremiah. You have it in Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35. It says, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea, and when the waves thereof roar, the Lord of hosts is his name. It says, if those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever. Okay, and this is what this devil is seeking to accomplish, man. Okay, so lock you real quick. Verse 37, it says, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So you see what this devil has in his mind, okay? This is why this devil is doing what he's doing. And ultimately, like I brought out, okay, this devil is creating this technology because he's seeking to fight against the heavens, okay? Okay, when the Lord cracks them clouds, man, he's seeking to try to manipulate reality, man, to be able to, pretty much have a weapon to fight against Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, man. But that ain't going to come to pass, man. Verse 21, Psalm chapter 21, verse 11, it says, for they have intended evil against thee. They imagine mischievous device which they are not able to perform. Yeah, man. So the Lord ain't gonna allow this devil to, you feel me, to achieve his enterprise. Not not to say that he could without the Lord dismantling it, because this devil ain't, this devil ain't finna, ain't finna do that, man. Okay. But nevertheless, they have intended evil against thee, man. Okay, they imagine an evil device, a mischievous device, which they're not able to perform, man. Okay. Right here, Psalms 10 and 15, it says, break thou the arm of the wicked, and the evil man seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Okay, what is the arm of the wicked, man? Okay, well, the arm of the wicked is his technology. Okay, that's his power. See, the arm symbolizes power, man. Okay, we read about that in that 2 Thessalonians, how he's coming with the power. He's coming in the working of Satan. It says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. The working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. Okay, so that's his devil's power, man. It's his technology, man, on the left-hand side, man. And the Lord is going to break the arm of the wicked and of the evil, man. He's going to seek out his wickedness till thou find them. Okay, and this is what's taking place, man. This inquisition. Okay.
Now, I don't know if this is true, but I love that idea. Let's listen in.
These are some things that I've noticed since CERN's Hadron Collider was shut off. This is a major one. I think the main one that everyone is feeling, that time is way slower again.
I don't know about you guys, but time is definitely moving slower for me in the last week and a half, 2 weeks since CERN has been turned off. If you're experiencing this, what the hell is this?
One of the biggest theories circling the web is the theory about time moving slower since CERN shut down. Almost right away, I was getting messages from people telling me that they felt like time has been moving slower since the shutdown. So I don't think I'm as sensitive as some other people, so I didn't feel it as drastically, but I did seem to notice some changes in my day.
Next up is the idea that we are back to our original sun. A belief that many people hold is that the sun we have today is somehow different than the sun we had years ago.
I'm trying to use my intuition on this and what I've noticed, but I do think we have a version of our original sun. Down here in Florida, I'm seeing it as more yellow. I'm feeling it as a more warm, natural heat these days, and then like the heat feels different to me.
Welcome back to the timeline where the sun is yellow. You had to go on a little detour timeline for a little bit, but you're back. Welcome back. We missed you.
Lime in, clock out. Corona, La Playa awaits.
You say you'll never join the Navy, never track storms in the Atlantic, or skydive as part of your commute. Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is. Learn
Niggas
why
gonna get
at
burnt the fuck up.
Navy.com. America's Navy, forged by the sea.
It's probably just me, but ever since they turned off that CERN machine, I feel like when you go outside, it actually feels a little bit different. Like, I don't know why, like, the moment I stepped outside the first day that they turned it off, everything looked a little bit more brighter. I feel like outside actually felt like outside. I don't know, it's so weird, because every time they say that they turn on this this machine, you know, the timelines, everything gets all, like, messed up, which I feel like, you know, people just talk, right? But at the end of the day, like, when they turned it off, I remember I was, like, walking my dog, and I was just outside. I was just like, damn, what the fuck? Like, it feels like there's, like, a filter that got lifted off or like removed from my vision. I don't know. And I was just like walking around. I'm just like, bro, like something feels different. It's like the same but different. The same but different.
Yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, man. And so you're seeing a lot of people, man, okay, they're mourning, okay, because of this devil being in rulership. Okay, they're not happy with their life. Okay, you know, you got people bugging out, crashing out in their cars. A lot more videos coming out. People can't you know, make ends meet. They can't pay their bills. They got to decide whether or not they want to put gas in their tank or food, buy groceries, right? But then even when it comes to just simple things, it's stepping outside, man. Okay, you getting sick, Okay, people getting sick, these strange plagues coming about. Okay, and we understand, and now it's coming out that this devil, okay, this devil Fauci, right, had a hand to play in the C-19 crisis. Okay, and it was created in a lab and things of that, and so on and so forth. So the people are mourning, man, because of this wicked, this devil, man, being in rulership, man. Okay, so whereas you can't even step outside and enjoy nature, man, because this devil is completely altered. Okay, completely altered. This is Isaiah chapter 24. Isaiah chapter 24 verse 4 says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes and fades away. The haughty people of the earth doeth languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Okay, so yeah, man, this devil has transgressed the laws of the heavens, man, and changed the ordinances and broken the everlasting covenant. That's why, yesterday I did a lesson speaking about how knoweth thou the ordinances of heaven. And you said the dominion thereof in the earth. Okay, the Lord is fixing to set the ordinances of heaven, the laws of heaven, okay, which are perfect. Okay, he is seeking to set those laws down here, the dominion of those laws down here on the earth, man. Okay, where everything will be ran in righteousness, man. You see a new earth and a new heavens where indwells righteousness, man. See what this devil is doing, man. The scriptures speak about how the heavens are not even clean in his sight, man. The heavens are not clean in his sight. And why is that? Because you see what this devil is doing, man. Okay, he's trying to manipulate the ordinances, man.
And I don't know, and I think it's just me, for some reason. I mean, it is summer, right? Maybe the clouds, there wasn't any clouds in the sky or nothing, but I don't know, bro. Something about just walking outside, it just felt like a filter got removed or something like that. So I don't know.
A lot of people have talked about the effects they've felt since the shutdown. Here are a few.
I just saw a TikTok of somebody saying that practically every woman had a missed period or a weird period in the month of June. Then after reading the comments, I realized that between the months of March and June, like a really weird time for women's periods. I personally missed a period March, April, May. June was when it returned, but it was still weird. Does this have anything to do with CERN?
I just saw a TikTok and then like a whole comment section of women saying their periods were irregular this month because a particle accelerator in Switzerland got.
This is Daniel chapter 7 verse 25, man. This devil, man. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and dividing of times, man. And this is what you see in this devil doing. He's thinking to change times and laws. I understand we were going into that serendipity, okay, where you come across discoveries that you were not in the quest of, man, that were unintended, unforeseen, unintended discoveries, man. Okay, so it might be far out. Ain't no telling. Lord knows, but ain't no telling, man. Okay. This could be this can indeed be the case, man, where this devil, through his technology, I mean, he's completely been fucking up the entire circadian rhythm, man. Okay, fucking up the entire balance, the ecosystem being thrown off. Okay, so on and so forth, man. The equilibrium of the entire earth because of what this devil with this technology is seeking to accomplish, man. And all of this, once again, is so he can seek to destroy the Lord's people, man, and ultimately fight against the Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, this is all because of what he has designed in his heart. And that Psalms 83 says what? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in the remembrance, right? So they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, right? So these people have taken crafty counsel against the Lord's people and consulted against his hidden ones, man. Okay.
Turned off recently. Is there anyone normal left on the internet?
If you don't know by now that CERN has shut down and some very strange and bizarre things are going on, but I think the one that has me tripped up the most, and I've seen hundreds of comments just in my posts and other people's posts, that there is massive amounts and I mean massive amounts of women that are reporting two things, and they could be correlated since this shutdown. The first thing is women are reporting that they're having no period or double periods, and they're not pregnant. Now, the flip side, which makes this even more bizarre, is then you have women who have tried to get pregnant, and they couldn't get pregnant for nothing, and now all of a sudden, could be pure coincidence that CERN is shut down, women are able to get pregnant again.
Tiredness and fatigue is also a big point that many people online have talked about since the shutdown.
I'm starting to feel a little cuckoo, and I need to know if anyone else is feeling this way. So for the last week, I have been exhausted, just so tired. Even if I get 8 hours of sleep, I cannot wake up in the morning. And then yesterday, I took a nap, which is wild for me because I never nap. I hate napping. I feel disgusting after I nap, and I napped yesterday. And I woke up and I did not feel any better. I felt disgusting. And I was still able to go to bed at the same time last night, wake up at the same time this morning, so 7-8 hours of sleep, and I'm exhausted. I feel like I could go take another nap. And I'm just scrolling on TikTok and I see this thing about the CERN shutting down, and all these people are talking about how exhausted they are. And I've also had a horrific headache, a weird headache. This one's weird because it's shooting up into my cheek, into my eye, and up into my forehead. Mine don't usually go into my face. Every once in a while I will, but so this is very different. What's going on?
So last night was a bit crazy. They turned that shit up last night, probably while we were sleeping, full blast. For the first time in a long time, I had some crazy, vivid dream and out-of-body experience. I felt the bed shaking. I literally thought there was an earthquake last night. The only reason I figured that it wasn't an earthquake was because I couldn't move my arms, I couldn't speak, and I realized I was having some type of out-of-body experience or sleep paralysis, whatever you want to call it at that time. I was seeing weird images that looked like that machine, the Large Hadron Collider. So, curious if anyone else had a similar experience, something they can share.
Has anyone else noticed that since the CERN Collider got switched off, their sleep's gotten better? I have been sleeping 8 to 10 hours.
And, personal testimony, this is something I myself personally been experiencing, man. To where, I feel, maybe it's, something I'm making adjustments and changes in my, my lifestyle, my, habits and whatnot. But nevertheless, when I first heard this video, man, it resonated in my spirit. Yeah, man, I'm sleeping very deeply, man. Okay. I could, my sleep patterns be, shifting. But nevertheless, I sleep for 3, 4, 5 hours, man. I feel like I've been asleep for 10 hours, man. This morning. Okay. I was, I probably got probably 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but I felt like I was asleep for 10 hours, bro. I swear to goodness. All right. I swear to goodness.
Since the CERN Collider got turned off. And ever since it got turned on in 2020 to 2026, no matter what supplements I took, I would struggle to get a full night of sleep. But since they got turned off on the 30th, I have been having the deepest, most restorative sleep. I'm really interested to know if I'm the only one going through this, or if there's others like me who are going through this as well.
Lots of people have claimed positive changes since CERN shut down, but not everybody agrees. This guy believes he's gotten much worse since the shutdown. Check this out.
Yo, I got a question. So I know we've been hearing about this CERN machine being turned off and how everybody's supposed to be feeling better, right? But me, right, I went through the BS. The last 17 years, my life has been terrible, right? So I'm...
Once again, okay, keep that word in mind, serendipity, man. Okay, so you're seeing how it's affecting different people, right, in different manners, different ways. Okay, and Lord knows whether or not this is the this is the cause of it, but nevertheless, understanding that these things you able to discover unintended consequences and discoveries, man, through experimentation and whatnot, man.
I guess you can attribute that to CERN, but even after they turned it off, I've actually gotten worse. Has anybody else gotten worse since they turned the machine off? I'm having heart palpitations and freaking feel like I'm having a heart attack all the time. My body anxiety is crazy. Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
I'm gonna need whoever turned CERN off to turn it back on, please. Please.
Next up are some of the more strange reactions. These are all pretty out there. You'll see what I mean.
And yeah, man, I seen a blimp. I seen a blimp. I seen a blimp. You know, probably last week. Yep. Never, you feel me? Me, and my mind, I ain't putting two and two together like that. But you know, it's like, you know, hey, it's a blimp. Shit, it's like a blimp. You know, you hear me?
I captured something really freaking creepy when I was driving home, and I was trying not to crash, but you guys have to see this video. Tell me what this is. My feeling is CERN. That's my feeling. What is that coming off the sun? That is crazy creepy. Okay, what do you think that is? To me, it reminds me of like Harry Potter and the Dementors, but I'm sure there's some kind of weather anomaly that I've never heard of that would explain that scientifically. Or, because I know there's like this debate going on, like CERN turning off is a good thing, and people are getting upset like when other people say that it's not a good thing, and I'm on the other side of things. So what do you guys think? I have noticed a lot of Mandela effects, like crazy, which I know everyone's saying, but like, what was that?
Since the shutdown, this woman seems to be seeing things out the corner of her eyes.
They turned off the Large Hadron Collider.
And this is you know, once again, this is another thing that me myself personally I've experienced. Okay, just what it was probably 2 days ago, man. All right, noticing things out of my peripheral. All right, apparitions and things of that nature, man. All right, well, you know, probably I'm bugging out, but nevertheless, you feel me? You know, before I seen this video, right, I didn't think much of it, you know, but then you know this video came around, and I'm like, wow, okay, see, so we know that this devil, man, what he's doing, man, he's trying to pretty much peek into the heavens, man, and he's trying to peek into the new dimension, man. Okay, he's trying to split the veil. Okay, he's trying to split the veil between the heavens and the earth, man. Okay, opening up portals, man. This is what this devil is doing, man.
At CERN, and now I see things out the corner of my eyes. I'm not crazy because I commented this somewhere else, and everybody, I mean numbers on the comment. Are you seeing things out the corner of your eyes? How many of us are doing this or feeling this?
This could be something vision related, mental health related, something spooky or ghost related, or is it related to CERN? What do you think?
After CERN shut down, I started noticing things there that shouldn't have been. It was a random morning like a week ago, and I would wake up and I would catch somebody standing in my peripheral vision. And when I'd go to look, nobody was there. It keeps happening. Like, I see a shadow figure in my peripheral, and every time I look, there's nothing there. But I know I'm not crazy. A couple days later, I was scrolling online, and I came across a post that was talking about how CERN shut down for like maintenance, and I couldn't stop thinking about that. I definitely pondered about that and like if it was connected to what I've been experiencing. And then the next day I was actually folding some laundry and I saw somebody pass my bedroom door, but I went and checked and nobody was in my hallway. I didn't tell anybody I was experiencing this because I didn't want anybody to think that I was losing it. But after that, I did have my brother, he came over to hang out with me one night. We were in mid-conversation and all of a sudden he stopped and he looked in the kitchen and I was like, "Are you good?" He said, "Yeah, I swear I saw like somebody in your kitchen. That was so weird, like nobody was there." But after he said that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I keep seeing things like in my peripheral too. Like, I don't know what's going on." I've been reading online and some people say it could be related to CERN, whatever.
This guy seems to believe we have two suns now, thanks to CERN. And I guess he's saying this because the light is reflecting from one side and the other, which is kind of weird. I guess it's possible it's bouncing off the...
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17 verse 9. It says, "For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with the beasts that passed by and hissing of serpents, they died for fear that they saw Slakia, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided, right? So you go into this account in Wisdom of Solomon, the 17th chapter, okay, there was a plague of darkness, right? And the Lord was plaguing them with fearful apparitions, right? Verse 2, and it says, for when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with the bonds of a long night, lay there exiled from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under the dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions, man. All right. So people are being troubled in these last days with strange apparitions, and it hasn't even become the plague of darkness yet. Okay. But we knowing that this devil, man, he's seeking to peek through the veil, man. Okay. He's seeking to crack the heavens, man. To peek through the heavens, man, through this technology, man, which is totally wicked. Okay. But what he's doing, he's opening up portals. Okay. Now people are seeing things through their peripheral vision and whatnot, which like I said, now my testimony, I'm in the bathroom. Okay. And I noticed through the, my peripheral, a dark figure. Okay. I look behind me and, me, I'm, being spiritual man that I am. Hey, man, I know the angels of the Lord campeth round about them that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But just it happened, and then one time I'm sitting in the living room, and to the left of me, I thought I seen somebody in the kitchen, right? A figure in the kitchen, man. So, hey, man, ain't no telling. You feels me? Ain't no telling, but this is just things that I've noticed that, just happened within the past week or so. And then I come across this video through the spirit, okay? So, hey, man, hey, spiritual man, he compareth all things spiritual,
The clouds, but kind of strange. So my question to all of you is, have any of you seen any weird changes in the sky or to nature since the shutdown? Similar to the Mandela effect, some changes are small, but still pretty creepy. This person's cups have apparently changed. Things have gotten so weird and strange out there, this guy's using a pendulum to determine details about the shutdown. This woman is watching a power line ignite on a tree branch, and she's blaming CERN. That's enough of those, you get the point.
Yeah, so moral of the story, man, is that this devil has to be taken out of the earth, man, because he's fucking up everything, man. All right, whether or not these things are contributed to this technology that he got going on, man, at the end of the day, you can't exit anything out, man. You can't overlook or undermine anything that's coming out in these last days as far as strange phenomena, man. So we understand that this devil is seeking to manipulate the heavens, man. And ultimately, he's creating this technology to fight against Yahushua upon his return, man. Okay. Seeking to have a weapon, okay, thinking that he's going to be able to pierce through the veil, okay, and through the spiritual realm and be able to hit Yahushua with a laser or something, man. Like, this is what this scripture speak about, how the inward thought of this devil is very deep, man. We read that in Psalms 21, man. It said they have intended the evil against thee, man. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform, man. So you can't put it past this devil, man, what he got intended with this machinery, man. But we also know that there was an account that was brought out, and you can't find. I've been looking for it all throughout the internet. If brothers got access to the, to that story, man, please provide a link, right? But nevertheless, there was an account where this technology, man, they were using this technology, and it came out through however they were able to, manifest this apparition or whatever, man. But it whispered. They heard a voice through the machine, man, and it said Tekel, man. Okay, and you go read about that in Daniel. Okay, Tekel, meaning what? Yeah, Tekel, Daniel chapter 5 verse 27 says, Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and are found lacking, man. You are found wanting, man. Okay, so the Lord, okay, whispered, okay, through this machinery, man, okay, and let this devil know. He's seen that the writing on the wall, man, because you over here trying to peek through the heavens, man. You over here trying to manipulate, okay, the elements, okay. Like I said, sitting in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, okay. Well, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, Esau, thou which dwelleth in the cleft of the rock, okay, which setteth thy nest among the stars. Okay. The Lord is going to cast thee down, man. Okay. Going to cast thee down. This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 1. And this is something that we got to pray in these last days, man, because as you see, man, the inward thought of this devil is very deep, man. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy, man. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the instruction, it's like you're from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, man. So hide us from the secret counsel of the wicked, man. Okay, what's ever taking place in these in these laboratories, man, in these in these modern day temples, okay, the stargazers, right, astrologers, right, taking place in these modern day Chaldeans, man, okay, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune, laying snares privately, saying, who shall see them, man? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay, so you're seeing that this devil, the scripture speak about how the children of light are wiser than, no, the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. Yeah, Luke chapter 16, verse 8, it says, and the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world in their generation are wiser than the children of light. So the children of this world, okay, which the chief child being Esau, Edom, okay, the devil, okay, is wiser than the children of light. Why? Because, you know, he's over here peeking into the heavens, man. He's seeking out things that are too high for us, man. Okay, we're not over here trying to understand, manipulate the elements, understand the the universe, trying to map out the universe, right? We ain't doing none of that, okay? But this devil is, man. Okay, and through his technology, he's able to, you know.
Is. Imagine a heavy object sitting on a table. Given enough time, the laws of physics will cause it to break apart into lighter, more technical detail. And it would be, except for what that specific number implies when you feed it into the equation. The problem is the math and the measurements are starting to pull apart.
You know, so, you know, CERN just disclosed something terrifying about reality. I ain't watching the whole video or whatnot, but, you know, I was listening to little bits and pieces trying to understand what this devil got going on. But, you know, this is him encouraging himself in an evil matter, man. Okay, the inward thought is very deep, man. Okay, trying to manipulate the fabric of the heavens, man. Okay, but the Lord is going to cast him down from his excellency, man. Okay, so that's pretty much, you know, what I wanted to bring out. You know, just showing you, man, like, hey, man, you know, we really need to pray to Yahweh Shai in these last days, that he cover us, man, that he protect us, that he keep us from the secret counsel of the wicked, man. Okay, because this devil got to go, man. He got to go. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. I'm going to say, the water Yahweh Shai for putting it on my spirit to do this lesson. Until next time, Shalom.